right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, it's good to it's good to be here. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. I'm inviting our guests online. Yes. Good evening, everyone. This is Coach D, Mathematics, and it's so good to have you join us again as we look and we continue looking into the topic we started last week about your marriage in a foreign land. And we're supposed to have a guest tonight, someone who has gone through it and who will be sharing with us how it goes. So he's the one I'm trying to connect with at this point. So I sincerely hope that we'll be able to make that connection so that we'll have a very good time tonight. All right. So last week we did, like a preview. Yes, a preview ad. Okay. So we are trying to add our guests. So because the preview of this topic, we spoke extensively about those aspects of life that at last,
finally.
finally,
Yeah.
finally, we made this work. Thank God, thank God. Wow.
Yeah,
So let's say welcome to our guest tonight. I was just trying to talk a bit
Hi,
about
everyone.
what's been happening. Yes, what we did last week. We started the topic, your marriage in a foreign land. And Coach Media and myself, we talked, about a few points about a marriage, how marriage works and all of that, and some things that people should pay attention to as they are planning to go out, or if they have people who are outside of the country and all of that. So, and I'm so tonight that we have someone with us, our guest tonight. He is outside the country, outside Nigeria. He has gone through the process, and I just believe that he's going to, our talk with him tonight is going to shed more light, he's going to shed more light on what we are talking about. So it's not just going to be like, okay, what are the coaches saying? We want to hear it again from the horse's mouth now. So we have with us someone I call Uncle B, but for this purpose, let me call him by his official name, Mr. Abiola Okuneye. So you're welcome so much to Mathematics Live tonight. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. So
thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks, everyone. It's a privilege for me to be here anyway. It's actually been long I've been on this platform, maybe like exactly 2 years, I guess.
Yes, my wife. When you talk with us about how you met and everything. So this is not your first time on the show, but it's good to have you. So how
first time from overseas. Everyone is doing fine. Everyone is doing fine.
I understand that Mama could not join us tonight, but it's okay. I believe that
I feel that's one of the things that happens in the foreign land anyway.
Yes.
When you work and then your spouse also work, and then somebody have to be at home. So you have to make sure you plan the timetable very well. But it's a beautiful thing. Yes. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
I think we can start tonight by asking you, sir. We just want to have a background so that our viewers will be able to, get into the flow. I want to ask, when you moved out of the country, when you moved out of Nigeria as a family, how old was your marriage at that point in time when you moved?
Okay. Well, to the glory of God, by next tomorrow, our marriage will be 9 years.
Wow.
So in fact,
how old was marriage when you moved?
Before we left, it was 7.
Okay.
Before we left Nigeria, it was
You
7.
stayed together in Nigeria for 7 years. Okay.
Yes.
That will give us like a background towards it. I want to ask you, sir, when you knew you were moving and when you decided to move, what were the things? Did you intentionally do some things like maybe started talking with each other on things that, okay, as we are going, no, this is how we will be doing, no, as in, or was it just let's just go first? Were there any preparation in terms of, not in terms of looking for money now, was there any preparation about the marriage? Then how were you able, were there any preparation about the children? Did you prepare them? Did you prepare each other concerning the move?
Okay. Thank you so much. Before we moved from Nigeria down to Canada, one thing for me, I believe, is we have to agree together before we start anything. It can't be my decision, and it can't be just a decision. It has to be both of us. If it's not both of us, then the movement will not be successful. It's one way or the other, it will be very difficult for us to move, because moving down to another country is not something just that easy. It's something that we both of us have to plan it. We have to work it out. We have to make sure
both of you must be involved.
Yes, fully involved. Like part of the preparation is to write some exams, and then I have to be the main applicant to write those exams, but I need some time away from the kids to be able to study very well. And I thank God for my spouse. She was there while I was preparing. She was there taking care of the kids. That is working together. Without teamwork. Without her doing her own part, I will not be able to achieve my own part for the family. It's not just for me alone, it's for the entire family. So we are both working as a team to achieve just one purpose. I facing the examination, the transcript, conversion, and every other thing, and she just working to make sure I don't have maybe disturbance, interference of the kids, and the likes like that. And along the line, we have to also talk to our kids. We have to speak to them. We have to share the vision with them. This is what we are planning. We don't want to keep them in the dark. We don't just want to come up one day and say, "Oh, we are leaving this place," and
just bundle them.
And just bundle them. Yeah, it's not going to work that way, because they also have their own rights. And I believe the same way in marriage, the two people involved, they all both have their own rights. So it has to be an agreement. In fact, I remember sometime when we need to pray, my kids will start praying, "Oh, Father, Lord, grant us the visa, grant us the permanent resident, grant us this and that." And then myself and my wife will open our eyes with one eye that, so they know, they understand. That means we are communicating. Yes. If there is no communication, then it can't work. And whatever is going to happen abroad, start from preparation. And I feel that is your first question. It starts from communication, that will help the preparation to really work. And with that, then it's going to be a smooth move.
Okay. So you are telling us now that, communication is key. There's an agreement, we want to move, we are moving. Both the man and his wife must be on the same page.
Yes.
They must communicate, they must work together for the good of you, and then must carry the children along. Not just that you just take them, you say you are traveling tomorrow, and you pack them today. And so that even their psyche, they'll be able to prepare their minds towards it. Thank you so much, sir. What do you see to this trend also? For us, mathematics generally, we are passionate about families being together. Like that's the original plan. That's what God really wants. The original plan of a home. For the family to actually be together. But we understand that these days, a lot of factors. We find that families sometimes are not together due to so many factors, and one of these is this relocation thing. Now, what do you say to, or what advice, or what would you say to this matter of, one party leaving, maybe the man leaving first, saying, okay, in some years' time, the others will join them, or the woman leaving first, or this and that. What do you say? How easy is it that actually they will be able to join themselves from your own? I know you move together as a family, but maybe you've interacted with people who had to split themselves like that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have friends here that they have to split, one of them, the husband is here, but the family is still back in Nigeria. And I have another one, the wife is here, and the husband and the kids are back in Nigeria. And I also have another one that the wife is schooling here, the kids are here, but the husband is going front and back, like 33 months, traveling down, it's all about agreement. That's what I feel. And that's
agreement.
Back to, yes. And that is also back to communication. You understand? If the other partner will buy the idea that, oh, you go first, we will wait for you. Then once the coast is clear, we will join you. Because coming also with the immigration process, sometimes it's not that easy for some people. Yeah, I bless God. God made it easy for us, not just by our own work anyway, but at the same time, we also need to understand that some people, some families, it's not easy for them to move together. Yes. But I will also want the other partner to understand that it is a big sacrifice. Whoever is here is doing for the family. It's a big sacrifice. Because here, like I was interacting with a female friend who is here, but the husband and the kids are in Nigeria. Every time she will come over to our place on weekend, and then I will ask her, how are you coping? And she will say, yeah, the smile won't be that very, but she will force herself to smile. She will come around us, play with our own kids, so that she can feel that, oh, at least I'm with some kids. I'm not lonely. You understand? But I can tell you, for a woman, it is very, very difficult. But for a man, I have some other friends here too. The husband is here. They are enjoying it because it's like ordering for the family. It's like breaking clearing road for that's the way they feel. And then you will see them working their house out to make sure they send money home, to make sure they put fund in the account so that the family can join them. You understand? For the husband, it's like, yes, it's what they have to do. But for a wife that is here and the families are back at home, it's a big sacrifice for them. Sometimes it's their morale just disturbed them. Sometimes they went into depression and things like that. If I would judge by my own, if I would judge by my own standard, I will say both of them should wait till they can move together. But
Okay.
it could be selfish anyway. You understand? Maybe that is where I felt, and I decided that, oh, until I can move with my family, that's when I will move. But some people, that is not possible for them. But maybe some of the reason is maybe it's because of the age. Because according to whatever the standard of immigration, if you have to move as a family, you have to do some exam. Your age must be at a particular. You have to have some grades, some marks for your age and things like that. Some people are older, so they can't meet those standards. So they have to plan another way to move in. But the only thing I would not advise is for whoever is here, don't go ahead and say, I want to do a divorce to be able to get a stay here. I don't advise that. I won't advise anybody to do that, because the like Bible will say, the end thereof is destruction. You understand?
It's they should not divorce their original spouse in order to marry someone abroad, right?
Yeah, because of a stay in any country, they should not. They should try all what they could to still maintain their marriage. They shouldn't, because if someone decided to divorce the person at home to marry one white person here, you might be thinking, oh yeah, it's just for a certificate, it's just for a line permit, it's just for this and that. It's the covenant is broken.
There is more to it.
Yes, there is more to it. There are spiritual connection to it. You know, many marriages who have to try that, many spouses who have to try that, sometimes don't get to be together again, and it doesn't just work. So I will advise, as much as possible, if they can move together, fine. But if they have to move separately, it should be planned, and then both parties should understand that it's a big sacrifice.
Okay. So, sir, thank you so much for that. Because last week we were saying that do not make your marriage the sacrificial lamb. Don't let your marriage die because you are moving, abroad and all that. Don't make your marriage suffer for it. Don't let it be the one that will suffer the whole effect. Now, so I want to ask you, what were the cultural shocks you, first of all, when you moved in? What were the cultural shocks, especially as it relates to marriage and relationship and family life? The cultural shocks that first of all hits you as you were coming fresh from Nigeria.
Okay, for me, I can say there are no cultural shock, possibly because being a Christian, I believe marriage is a covenant between two parties. Nothing else. Whatever, even the culture, what you must understand is, I'm with you and I'm with you forever. Whatever happens, whether there is freedom for one or there is no freedom for the other, we must work together to make that marriage work. It's very important. So coming here, even if there are people saying, oh, women has the rights here, men don't have. Well, I can tell you categorically, here, the animal has more rights even than the woman. Animal followed by the kids, followed by a woman, then the last is the man. Do you understand? So in a foreign land, the way they think might be totally different from the way we think back in Africa. But we must understand, marriage is between two people. It's both spouse must be able to understand that whatever happens, nothing is going to change their love for each other. So whatever the culture says, it means nothing. It should mean nothing to them. All what they
so the Bible should
together.
Be the standard. The Bible should be standard, no matter, because I do even tell people that sometimes, even in Africa, at home in Nigeria, a lot of times some people feel they are practicing Christian marriages, but what they are even doing is cultural marriage. But because there are similarities between the particular culture and some things that the Bible says, they feel that they are doing Christian marriage. So, but if we can learn how to actually walk as, do biblical marriage, no matter where we find ourselves, no matter you find yourself in Afghanistan, in this place, in that place, the Bible is always constant, and it will help us to shape us our marriage. Thank you so much for that. Then, I want to ask that, in the practical sense now, what are the strategies you have been using with your spouse, with your wife, to keep your marriage, journey? Because a lot of things, you have to work, career, everything, settling down in a new place, trying to settle the kids, trying to work, and all of those things. What strategies have you been using with your wife to strengthen your marriage in practical sense now? Like, okay, or maybe you wake up and you call her name 10 times. Maybe that's the strategy. Just like, what strategy have you both been using to thicken your bond so that you guys can still continue, in love and all that?
Okay. Yeah, for us, I can say, though there are challenges in the aspect of work and time to be together. It's something that is common here, because possibly I'm working taking morning shift. She's taking maybe evening or night shift. Do you understand? Or somebody must be at home to welcome the kids back from school. So we have to do a teamwork in that aspect. But number one for me, at any time my wife has to go to work, I'm a driver. We will talk down to our workplace, and I pick her up again. Most times she closes 1 a.m. So that's 1 a.m. I'm not sleeping. I have to be there to pick her up again. We will talk down. Everything, women, they like to talk about, oh, this is my work today. This is that. They want to give the husband the lowdown of everything. So I want to listen. And then most time I will also, I will be on the bed sleeping, but I will open one ear to still listen to whatever she wants to say, because it's very important. So, I believe for women, they want somebody to listen. So else she will find someone who can listen somewhere else. Do you understand? So I have to make sure I listen. Now, that one on the side. Another one is, if none of us is doing anything outside, you stay at home.
Okay.
If you don't have a work to do, just stay at home. Then we'll both be at home. And then once we are at home, then the kids knows, oh, daddy and mommy are at home. Nobody knocks. Nobody disturbs. We will be there. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, we will take time to communicate, to discuss. And also, if I'm at work, during my break time, I have 2 breaks, lunch break and a coffee break. 30 minutes for the coffee break, I'm on phone, on video call with her. 1 hour break, lunch break, I'm on phone, video call, with her. So it's something important that we must create time for each other. For the person you marry, and then for the person, because I want to let her feel I appreciate you, I cherish you. If I have 24 hours, I just want to be with you, talking with you. So I decided to use every other minute or seconds or hours I have just to talk to her. In fact, sometimes when I'm in a lecture room, I will put on my computer, I'll put it on silent, but I want her to also be in the lecture room with me. So she's watching whatever
Fine
Yes.
boy.
You know, so at least she's watching, and then so I believe it's just creating time that is very important and it's very key. Once time is removed, then that marriage is heading, you know, to
So yeah,
a wrong place.
yeah.
So I believe time is
I
very
can
important.
point that, what from what you're saying now, there's need to be intentional. Not just that
Yes.
working, I'm at work, she's at work, and you are not making any effort to bridge that gap. That we are working separate shifts now, so we don't see each other, and you are not making effort to, if there's a challenge, but what strategy are you using to solve that? So I love that fact that both parties need to be intentional and to be able to sacrifice that. Okay, I have to. This thing has to be done. Thank you so much for that. I believe it would have blessed one, one, one or two people, more than one or two people. So I want to ask again that what advice do you have for families that are moving abroad, especially in relation to their Christian faith? We hear a lot of things about how everything shocks of every kind, especially as relates to your faith. So what advice would you have for people preparing to move abroad with their family, especially with regards to their faith? Sometimes what we also realize that some people in Nigeria here, their Christianity or their life with God is based on their needs. So, and when they now move to a place that some of those needs are being sorted out without them having to pray. So they find out that what exactly is God doing in their life? They would need to ask themselves questions that what is their relationship with God? So what is the advice, for people moving in like that as regards their faith, their Christian life?
For people moving and their Christian life, well, it's been a great challenge for some of us that are pastor here, because we have to do a lot of work. People here, most times, once they land, they don't want to serve God. That's the biggest problem. Yes.
But why? Why is it like that?
Yeah, it's because they don't even have the foundation right from maybe anywhere in the world. They don't have the foundation. They don't know who they believe. They don't even know their God. A lot of people go to church, let me use Nigeria specifically now, because of the problem. One. Number two, because possibly they don't even have light at home. So church will own generator, and then they'll be able to charge their phone. And charge their laptop and rechargeable lamp. So those reasons are for going to church in Nigeria. In fact, also some people, because they are afraid that one mama in the village people are after them. So they go to church because of fear, not because they want to serve God. Now, coming here, and then you now notice, there is no village people. You have power 24/7. There is Wi-Fi. There is everything. And then they have, there is another thing here. They will tell you they are busy. And truly, we need to understand with them that they are busy. Do you understand? We make like in my church, we make our service 1 hour. Just 1 hour. We are done. If you want to go to work, go to any other place, fine. Yet you won't see. You have to call them, beg them, convince them, all those stuff like that. So what I understand is they don't have the foundation. They don't even know who they believe. So and then that is one of the reasons why marriages are, once they land, it doesn't, those marriages don't last because they don't have people to help them. They don't have people to correct. They don't have people to advise, encourage, or to even mentor them. They don't have anybody they are submitting to. Do you understand? So several things like that. and there is no fear of God. That's another thing. So once the fear of God is missing, then they believe, oh, I can do whatever I like. My wife work in a place where they manage people with addicts, you know. And then one day she saw a black man there, and she was like, what are you doing here? How come? How did that happen? So you came to this land, crossing so many seas, to smoke, to drink, to
waste
give
your
yourself.
life.
Don't waste your life away. That is not supposed to be so. But because of the freedom, they see it as opportunity. Oh yeah, nobody is going to correct me. Nobody is going to, because they don't have anybody to correct them, because they feel they can live their life the way they want. So it becomes a big problem. And then if care is not taken, the generation after those people will suffer more, because the parents don't even know God. In fact, the kids won't even have idea that
They
one
won't even
God
smell God
exists.
at all.
Yeah, they won't even smell God at all. And then that becomes a big problem here. So I will just advise people, even before they land, one thing first is know your God. Know your God that you are serving. It's very important. Number two, love your wife, love your partner, love that person wholeheartedly. Be ready to sacrifice for the marriage, that, oh, this marriage must work, and it must work. It's the same thing that I would tell somebody in Nigeria, whether in Ibadan or in Lagos. In Lagos too, they are very busy.
Very,
Uh,
very busy.
some spouses will leave home 3 a.m., come back 11, and like that. They are very busy. The same advice in Lagos, the same advice I will give to people here. Know your God. It is very important. Love your partner. It is very important. And then cherish one another. Believe one another. Trust one another. And then things will work very well. It will, in fact, no place, no foreign land will bring any challenges or anything to that kind of love, because they will love themselves wholeheartedly and with the backing of God.
Wow, that's very key. They should love themselves, not this kind of love of what I want to collect from this person, but sincere love. Because if it's just love based on I want to collect, it's going to it's already on a wrong foundation. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I know our viewers have been blessed. I can see a lot of people watching. Daddy Olatunde Olaniyan, we really appreciate you for joining. Temitayo, Yabode, Olontola, James. I saw a lot of people have been saying them. I really appreciate you people for joining. And please do share this video also. It could be a blessing to a lot of people, because our concern is that, okay, I know a lot of people are moving. A lot of people are moving, and one cannot stop people from moving. Every opportunity, everybody is moving. But then we should arm ourselves with things like this. So maybe do you have any other parting words for our people? People who have just moved, trying to get their feet, or people who are about to move. Any other parting words? I mean, apart from all of these that have been said, like a final word for them.
Oh, well, I just want to encourage as many people as possible, many homes, couples. I won't say there won't be challenges. Even Bible didn't promise us that there won't be trials, but there is a word from God for us that it will be with us till the end. So there will be challenges, trials will come. Few things will want to shake us, but I can tell you, with God's backing, we will pull through. Now,
Amen.
that challenges won't kill us, it won't destroy our marriage by God's grace, and it won't scatter our family. It won't even, our faith will continue to increase even in that midst of trials and challenges. Trust God more for your marriage. Trust God more for your spouses. Trust God more for your kids. They will do well. even in this foreign land, and we will be glad and we will rejoice, and all the glory shall be God's own forever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. I've been speaking with Uncle B, Abiola Big Goals. That's Abiola Okune. He and his family, they've been like 2 years now, right? Almost 2 years, or more than 2 years. Around 2 years now. They've been
by the end of the
in
month.
Canada. Yes, they are doing very well to the glory of God. So he has been sharing with us, nuggets and all of that. If you didn't join from the beginning, once this video is over, please try and watch it from the beginning to get a lot of things that he said. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you for coming on live with us at this point. Our regards to your dear wife. Say thank you to her for supporting and cooperating and doing her part. Very important. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on Mathematics Live today. We did it on my own page today, not Coach Nide's page. So that's the way it went today. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week by the grace of God. Bye-bye, and God bless you.